2 of session 16. We are going to pick up where we left off last time. So the party have just been through Garvin's test. Garvin's the leader of the Hand criminal organisation within Bridge City. He is given a quest to fulfill, to pay back the debt that he believes the party owes him. They are to infiltrate or find out about a shipment that another criminal organisation called the Crimson Chain is receiving tonight at midnight, and he wants them either to maybe sabotage the shipment or get him information of what it is, and report back to him. The party's been given a bit of information, not a lot. It's all he could glean, which is 3 key members of the organisation, a couple of safe houses, the name of the ship that's coming in, and probably what dock it's going to use. So we're going to pick up after they've just left the Hand's headquarters, back up on the deck of the bridge with a decision to make. So what would you like to do? It's 10:15 in the morning, so you've potentially got, what, just short of 14 hours.
Well, we should probably come up with some sort of plan to, where we want to infiltrate and stuff.
Maybe stick him out.
Yeah.
If we're heading into Sea Wayne, if we're going to be like asking questions, like snooping around, that's the pretty affluent part of the city, isn't it? They're pretty wealthy. Some of us have some nicer clothes from, or we could buy some from when we met Lord Umber, so I wonder if we maybe want to do a bit of a not look like really obvious adventurers.
Yeah.
Try and blend in a bit more.
Yeah.
It gets like really, really quiet. Like the road will be filled with cars and it's perfectly quiet, and then one motorcycle goes by.
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually the noise hasn't been too bad. And then the motorcyclist. Yeah, I mean, maybe if some of us are able to adorn light armor, if we could get, like, does it come in really nice looking? No, never mind. Yeah, we should, maybe get some clothing to fit in.
I could put robes over my armor.
Yeah.
Or what if people, for example, like Dubar, who relishes without armor, goes and gets some sort of seafaring clothing, so he can blend in.
He can go around and use his pirate accent.
Arr, I'm Dubar the pirate.
Love it.
Failing that, we can, I suppose, go to the dockmaster, because it's an official dockmaster, and ask, sort of try and convince him somehow that we are looking to board the Widowmaker, the Widow's Whale, or whatever like that, to find out when it's coming.
I was also thinking about doing, quote, lunch by the dock.
You already know what time it's coming. Sorry for interrupting.
Evening. But is that an actual official time?
Well,
do we know it's coming at that time? It's information gathering at the moment, isn't it? So that's my 2 cents.
Well, part of my idea in like dressing up a little bit to blend in was there was that one safe house that was a drinking establishment, and I know at least one of our party isn't opposed to drinking copious amounts while getting information, so we could try that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Lilith, you can add the Hat of Disguise to your inventory. I do
Cool.
believe it needs attunement as well. So you need to,
Okay.
like, an hour to attune to it in
That's
a short
fine.
rest.
Okay.
So you'll have to find somewhere safe. I mean, you could always go back to the Golden Dragon in the meantime. You know, let's say you've got plenty of time.
Cool.
Yeah.
Failing that, we could always go and have some a couple of brewskis at the Golden Goblet.
Yeah, blend in a little. I mean, I'm like just pointing at my armor. I'm not what you call stealthy, with the armor that I have on.
I'm kind of loud.
Yeah. But
What?
the fun kind of loud.
I'm going to ask you, what's the plan then? What you want to do?
Go to a pub, plan, and that buys me time to attune to this hat. Not that I'm thinking selfishly
We'll
at
let
all.
everything blow over. Go to the pub and let everything blow over.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
So maybe we should get some like better clothing. Go to this pub. We could go to this pub, have our lunch, while just maybe listening about. You can attune to your hat, and you can maybe find some like pre-information, you know, before we just dive right into the deep end.
Yeah. Let's listen in to people's conversations and see what we can glean.
Another thing we could do. This is just throwing ideas out there. We can go and see the Dockmaster. Lilith, you can see what the Dockmaster looks like.
Mm.
And then, so the Dockmaster we know is part of this Crimson Chain.
Mm-hmm.
If you went disguised as the Dockmaster to talk to the Spymaster, see what information you can get from them.
Yeah.
But she has to attune to the hat first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just throwing ideas out. It takes, 10 minutes to attune to something, Nick?
An hour.
An
You
hour.
need a short rest, which means you're doing nothing for that
Mhm.
hour.
So we can go to the Golden Goblet for an hour, maybe. This is in my head. Stop me if I'm taking over in any sort of way. But go to the Golden Goblet, let you attune, see what we can hear whilst you're busy. Once you're done there, maybe go and visit the Dockmaster, see what he might have to say, if anything. Go to the Spymaster with the disguise of the Dockmaster, get any information, and then wait for the shipment.
Happy with most of that, except currently we've got no idea where to find the Spymaster. But otherwise, solid.
Mm-hmm. Well, they may be in the Golden Goblet.
Maybe.
Purely a maybe.
Right. We dressing up fancy and going for lunch then?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll go
Hey,
find
We're gonna go have a fancy lunch.
some pirate clothing.
Right. So your first stop is a clothing outlet. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Right. Okay. That's easily enough found. Sort of northern end of the bridge. Before you get into Seawayn, there are like a number of shops, and they are the more high-end stuff. So sort of like these bluer buildings all around the university.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you peruse for an hour for the entire party. Anybody who would like to buy better clothing costs you 1 gold piece.
Okay. I would love to buy better clothing.
So you basically put in some clothes fine. That's what they're listed as in D&D Beyond. And you can describe them however you want.
Well, Maeve's not looking at getting fine clothing. She's just looking at getting dock
Clean.
working clothes.
Right, for that you'd probably want to go closer to the Golden Dragon. That's where you're going to find like shops that sell work clothes.
Mm-hmm.
That'll cost you 5 silver for a full outfit.
Mm-hmm.
I think Dubai will probably do something the same.
Could slightly adaptation to the plan, but could we have a wander up to where we think the dockmaster would be, just to see how this person looks, but B, just get a slight idea of how the person acts as well. So then if I do disguise, then we've got a slightly better idea.
I think we were planning on heading there after lunch to do exactly that.
Yeah,
I'm just,
so you can attune.
Yeah.
You can attune, and then we can go.
I'm just, I agree with that. It's just I think that it'd be a good idea just to see how this person looks, just to give us a slight heads up.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of just going in completely blind.
Well, no. What I was suggesting was we get you attuned first, and then you can immediately, as soon as you see this guy, do that. So we're not having to wait an hour between moving.
Right. So you bought clothes. What's the plan?
My opinion would be Golden Goblet.
Right. So bear in mind, you've bought clothes, you've not got changed, and you're all still carrying your adventuring gear. What's the plan?
Getting changed.
Where are you going to do that?
How far away are we from
You're asking me
home base?
this?
I'm asking the
Yeah,
party
let's
this.
How far away from home base are we?
Well, you're on the bridge, so it's maybe a 15-minute walk, depending on where you are.
Let's just pop back to our rooms, drop anything we don't want to take with us, get changed, head back out.
Oh, and maybe just in case shit goes sideways, maybe throw some of our armor in the bag of holding, just in case we need it.
Takes you 10 minutes to put armor on.
Oh,
So
never
if shit
mind.
goes
That's not even
sideways,
worth
you
it.
ain't putting it on. Right, so you head back to the Golden Dragon with the intention of getting changed, those of you that are putting on fine clothing, and dropping off any equipment so it doesn't look like you're going into a pub in the high end of the city armed for a battle. As you get back to the Golden Dragon, you open the doors, you walk in. As you walk in, you notice that the barman, David, starts like waving at you and calling. You've got a message. Where have you? It's urgent.
Okay. Sounds
Guess
like
we better go see
fun.
about that then.
Right. So as you walk over, he says, about an hour ago, maybe 2 hours ago, something like that. A messenger from Lord Umber came in looking for you. He looks quite disturbed, and it looked like an urgent matter. Lord Umber wants to see you as soon as possible.
Maybe some go. Does he want to see all of us?
I got the impression that might be the case. He didn't say specifically.
I was thinking we could split.
To be fair, it's not going to be a bad idea trying to get Lord Umber involved in this, because he might be able to give us a little bit of backup.
I think we should tell him.
Sure.
Okay.
Is he going to be super happy about us working for the criminal ring operating in the center of his city?
We can say we've been blackmailed.
Probably not, but at the same time, Would it be a good idea of getting some contraband out of the way?
Yeah.
Do we have to do what the crime lord told us, ultimately?
Well, I'm thinking we start a gang war and then tell Lord Umber after that we've dealt with the big problems off our own initiative, quote unquote.
I think Lord Umber is our employer, and in order for our relationship to be frictionless, I think we should inform him of our intentions.
And as far as we know, he may not be aware of this other gang that's moving product. So we should say something.
I agree. It can't hurt to inform him.
Right. So what do you want to do? Are you splitting up? Are you going to all together? David said he didn't say. He got the impression that he wanted to see you all, but he didn't. The guy didn't say specifically.
I think we should just go.
Yeah. So it doesn't look like, we're just...
What time is it now?
Say 11:15 by the time you get back to the Golden Dragon after your shopping. So you've got just short of 13 hours.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. Okay, so are you getting changed first?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So I'm gonna call it another 15 minutes of your rush. Those of you that are obviously wanting to not look like you're going for a fight, I need you to unequip anything that you're not actually going to be taking with you.
There goes my armor then.
Oh wait, no, I can keep my cloak on.
Well, I don't really have much because I have a dagger, the hat, clothing, and an alchemist pouch. That's about
That's fine.
it.
I mean, but if you're wearing like lots of armor and carrying lots of weapons, then it might be an issue. Bear in mind, this first part of the mission that you're looking at doing is basically information gathering, so you shouldn't be expecting a fight.
I have an idea. Why don't we sheath some weapons and put them in the bag of holding?
Yes.
Because we can get those out quicker than we can put armor on.
Absolutely, you can, yeah. I'd say it would take.
Parting with my sword.
Oh, I would say whoever's holding the bag of holding, it would cost them an action, and then everybody else could take a bonus action to withdraw whatever it is from the bag. That's how I would do it if there was a fight. So
Yeah,
the
should we do
action
that?
is for Rory to hold the bag open and stand there while everybody comes and gets the weapons. I think that'd be fair.
Okay.
I am not parting with my sword.
Cloak on, and I'll put my long sword and my bow into the bag of holding.
Kelly puts on her really beautiful, what she bought was just this beautiful royal purple tunic and some black pants. And she's like looking in the mirror in her room, and like she has Caliburnus on her hip, and she's like, this looks really good. Just outfit complete, looking snatched. Loves it. So, but she puts her hand axe in the bag of holding though. It's like, yeah, you can hold this.
Okay. So you're wearing your sword on your hip. If you are still wearing a weapon or whatever, just let me know. I know, obviously, Ballista, you said you were wearing your sword. Nameless,
Yes.
you said you're
I'm
not parting with
keeping my
your
dagger.
sword.
Correct.
I have my dagger.
I'm going to
And
put my
staff.
longsword in my bag of holding.
Nameless is a knight. It would be odd for him not to have his sword with him.
You're still dressing in your armor and stuff.
No. No, he'll wear the tunic and such of his order.
I'm wearing a chain shirt, so could that be hidden under clothes?
Yeah. But as long as you've got something that's fairly loose.
Yeah, my robes.
But no, it's Nameless is not going to wear his full armor or his helmet.
I'm not wearing my shield. And I'm not wearing a big weapon
too.
And I've got
Actually,
a
I will
dagger.
put the shield in the bag of holding.
Okay.
Right, Rory.
Do you still have your face covering up then, Denner?
Yes.
I've got a dagger hidden on my body,
Right.
and I think I could hide a sling on my person.
You very possibly could.
Yeah.
So make a note of your concealing weapons. Because it might come up.
Not
Oh,
concealing,
actually-
but I do have my longsword on my hip.
I will put my crossbow and crossbow bolts in the bag of holding also.
I'm going to keep 10 bullets in my pocket.
Oh yeah,
sorry.
actually, I could hide my sling, couldn't I? Or I got rid of the sling. Never mind.
Right, so Nameless, your shield will fit in the bag of holding. Rory, yours won't. Nameless has got a little buckler.
Right.
Mine won't fit in a bag of holding. Okay.
Because the opening of the bag is small. It will shield.
Okay, I'll put that into. I need another container. We've got the cart, haven't we?
You do, but also your rooms at the Golden Dragon are secure.
Oh, could I make a custom container then? That is my room, so I can just store my, keep tracking my inventory.
Yeah, absolutely, you can do that.
Okay.
You can all do that if you want to. Want to make a custom.
That's kind of what I did with Lenora in the other game.
Yeah, so,
You're saying weapons that we have on us. Nameless will still have his dagger on him too.
yeah. If you're physically carrying it, just leave it equipped. If you're not, then just unequip it, I suppose. You don't have to.
No, I'm just stating because he wanted to know what weapons we had on us if
Yeah.
it became a thing.
How do you make a extra container?
I can't remember how to do it. They're fairly simple, I think.
Oh, it probably is.
But you can basically add an item pouch, rename it your room, and then just put whatever
Yeah.
you want in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just don't equip it because then it won't affect your encumbrance.
So whilst you're doing that, I'll basically describe your walk up. So you all get dressed and you sort out what weapons you're taking, what you're not, what you're hiding, what you're putting in the bag of holding. Takes you about 15 minutes to get dressed. Takes you another 15 minutes, I'd say, walking at a brisk pace, or you could use the cart if you wanted to, and go to Dunhay Castle. You approach the main gate of Dunhay Castle, and the guards immediately open the gate for you. This is the first time you've actually been here in the daytime. It's always dusk or night when you come in the past. As you walk in, you notice that the grounds are a little unkempt. A lot of the plants are dying. The path is well maintained. And there's a little lake in there, an artificial lake, and there's a fountain in the middle of the path, and it's all working. But you get the impression of a very run-down place, as you see it in the daylight. The mist is pervasive everywhere on this side, and even in the castle grounds. You get into the main keep. Before you even knock on the door, the butler opens the door for you, and I believe I actually added the picture for it this time.
Holy cow!
Yeah. Is he in there? So I will show you what he looks like. Ignore the fact that he's wearing a watch. that's basically what he looks like. He's He opens the door and he says, the Lord has been waiting for you. And he takes you down the main corridor and he takes you to a room I don't believe you've actually been in yet. It's quite spacious, but it's not overly so, and there's a big table in the centre, and he's got a map unfolded on the table, or unrolled on the table. It's quite a big table and quite a big map. The map shows all of Seaway, so it's kind of like the map that you guys have got, but it's much, much bigger. About the side of the table where he stood currently, there are bits of paper, parchment, and there's writing on it. You can't see what it is. He's walking. All the curtains are drawn, and the room is quite dim, but it's lit with candles and like there's a bit of a candle chandelier above, providing light. Lord Umber he looks worried and he's pacing backwards and forwards. And as you enter the room, he looks up and goes, "You took your time." And he gestures for you to take a seat. His usual demeanour is absent. There's an edge to his voice, one that hints at growing impatience. He drums his fingers on the tabletop, his gaze flicking towards the map spread before him. Once you're all seated around this large map table, he doesn't wait for you to, greet him or anything like that. Just start speaking. He says, 20 days ago, you brought me information that all the orc tribes in the region have united, something unprecedented. Worse, you told me that they have ties to something far greater, something darker. He exhales sharply. The more I've looked into it, the more I've come to believe you were right, and if we don't act fast, I fear we'll all regret it. I sent one of my best agents, Katria Valmore, to track this warband and uncover their strength. She reported in regularly at first, moving southwest, deeper into the Broken Wilds. It's a harsh country, dangerous even before the orcs started staring. He taps a marked location on the map. I will actually just bits and Google activate. He taps the marked location on the map with a gloved finger. Her last message arrived 10 days ago. She was here. Wait till you're coming, and it's kind of like tapping.
In the Broken Wild.
Right, in the middle of the Broken Wilds there. 60 miles southwest of Bridge City. Since then, nothing. No reports, no signals, no word. He straightens, his expression grim. Something's happened. Katria is not the kind of operative who simply vanishes. If she's dead, I need to know. If she's alive, I need her found. He levels his gaze at you. I won't order you, but I will tell you this. Time is not on our side. If these orcs are being guided by something worse than their usual war chiefs, we cannot afford to wait. I need you to track her down. Follow whatever trail she's left, and if necessary, finish what she started. He looks each of you in the eye as he begins to speak again. You can walk away from this room and take your time, but mark my words, every hour wasted is an hour closer to whatever these orcs are planning. He sits down, leans back, rubs his eyes and then folds his arms. and looks at you, waiting for a response.
Slightly busy tonight. You can go first thing in the morning.
Lord Umber, we should inform you. We were delayed because we were waylaid by the leader of the Hand, and he put us in a pathetic test of survival and almost killed us. And he is blaming us for Darden. He has basically transferred Darden's debt to us, and he has asked us at midnight tonight to go and do a job for him, spying on a rival guild known as
The Crimson
Crimson
Chain.
Chain.
I'm just reading my notes. The Crimson Chain.
He exhales, exasperated. And this couldn't have come at a worse time. The Hand are a nuisance, obviously. We haven't had the resources to investigate them fully. And I've heard tell of this Crimson Chain operating in the shadows of Seawain City itself. It's something we have been meaning to get around to investigating and putting a stop to. I can't divert resources to help you with this Hand business at this moment. However, as much as I need Katria found as soon as possible, infiltrating the Hand and perhaps this Crimson Chain is an opportunity I don't think we can afford to let slip either. Someone
Sorry,
tell those Messerschmitts
obnoxious.
to fuck off.
Fucking hornets are big this time of year.
He sort of like, he rubs his forehead and he doesn't know what to do, and you can tell that there's indecision. Both things are important. I mean, perhaps. I mean, what is this job that he wants you to do?
He wants us to find their main. There's a delivery arriving at 12 midnight at the docks, and he wants us to find where they're keeping the main hoard of their loot.
And sabotage it if we can.
Well, perhaps sabotaging it wouldn't be a bad idea. One criminal's fortune, another one's misfortune, and it keeps whatever this shipment is off the street. I would much prefer you to go and find Katria as soon as possible. But perhaps maybe delaying a few hours couldn't make the situation too much worse than it already is.
What if?
We can leave tomorrow morning.
Hang on.
I think Dennis is trying to speak, but he might
Yeah.
be muted.
Yeah.
Get it again. That's right, because I was trying to be courteous and blow my nose without blowing out everybody's ears. What if some of us, say I, as I am not fit for stealth missions such as this for the Hand, were to prepare us so that we could leave as soon as humanly possible? Fitting out for provisions and getting our equipment in order. and have the wagon ready. Then we could depart at first light.
I like that plan.
Fine by me.
Fine by me.
Yeah, let's spend the rest. We could get ready to leave. We get everything we need to ready to go, and then we can set off as soon as we're done with this.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot to ask. I can't make this decision for you.
Just make sure the pay's well.
You will.
Your mission is more important to me than this petty crime lord who we owe nothing.
Yes, but
Other than being a
my
thorn
young
in our
friend,
side.
you have to admit, getting my agents, such as yourselves, buried in these, infiltrating in these criminal organizations is also an opportunity that shouldn't be ignored.
Perhaps there is some wisdom to what you say.
We could be the parasites that finally take them down.
I'd have to meditate on this.
If it would settle your mind a little bit on the subject, any criminal acts that you have to perform to complete this mission, aside cold-blooded murder, we could just overlook as it being the greater good.
The greater good.
The greater good.
God bless Edgar, right?
If you think you could complete your task for this leader of the hand and get on the road straight away to the Broken Wilds, I would be most appreciative. It's quite a trip south to where she was last seen. Perhaps if you have some sort of transportation, at least as far as the forest, you could take turns and maybe rest on the way there.
That is why I am proposing that I prepare the wagon, then the others can rest while I drive the wagon.
He snaps his fingers suddenly and says, "Actually, I have not a better idea. But perhaps if I lend you one of my carriages and a driver, he can take you down the road as far as he can. Because there'll be nowhere for you to leave the wagon once you enter the forest. And he can just bring my carriage back. You,
And
Sir
we can rest
Knight,
along the way.
you, Sir Knight, can bring all your provisions and equipment here and get set up and ready to go. And then you can all possibly get a rest on the way down there.
Yeah.
We'd be grateful for that.
Right, take it.
That sounds fair.
It does.
Sounds like a good idea, Lord.
It'll cut a few hours off of your trip, at the very least, if I send my best driver and horses.
We
Right.
could be up again and fighting by 8 a.m. Huh.
Okay, I will. You should know a little bit about the person I'm asking you to hopefully rescue and bring back. She is one of my best agents. She's a ranger and human. She is She's in her early 30s. Long, mousy brown hair. Piercing green eyes. You can't mistake her for anyone else. She answers to Katria. Full name's Katria Valmore if you need to identify her body and she's got any paperwork on her.
Nameless lays a hand on Dumar's forearm and just shakes his head, knowing what he's thinking with that description.
Huh.
She has a tattoo, which is quite distinguished. It's on her forearm, and it's the mark of her service to me. It's a tattoo of a raven. Should be on her right forearm.
Tattoo of a raven.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What if they took her arm?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Oh, just musings. That's all.
She was tracking the Orc Warband 60 miles southwest from a last report. She reported increased sightings of large groups moving with discipline, which is unusual for orcs.
Damn.
She also reported, before she vanished, a meeting with some suspicious humanoid presence. She said an orc patrol had met these humanoids and escorted them away towards presumably their camp. And that was the last message we got. So, I have to thank you for accepting to go on this little quest. And no matter the outcome, whether you find her dead or alive, hopefully she's alive, you will be compensated. Just remember though, the Broken Wilds are a dangerous place, even without the orcs. So please take care and take your best equipment.
Thank you, Lord Umber.
No, I must thank you.
Whilst we're here, do you know anything about the Widow's Wail?
What's the Widow's Wail?
It's the ship working with the Crimson Chain.
I can't say I've ever heard of the ship. I don't keep shipping records here. It might be something you want to see Dockmaster about, or it's dealt with by the shipping regulators, which are normally found on the docks.
Well, I think we best get moving. We don't have much time.
Yeah.
By all means, please. And he sort of slumps back, and as he slumps back in his chair, his butler walks in with a goblet that looks to be full of wine, and he's bumping in his chair and he's a drink. You can tell that the situation is taking its toll on him. So, you leave you leaving the castle and going about your quest.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Lilith still needs to attune to that hat.
I'm already attuning to it.
Not while you've been going to the castle, you haven't.
No, but I will be.
But she can do that at lunch, right? If we're following the original plan.
Yeah.
Alright, so by the time... If you go back to the Golden Dragon... And,
I was thinking we were going to the Golden Goblet.
Yeah.
Get
Right.
that.
Okay, so if you go straight to the Golden Goblet, whatever happens in there, Lilith, you've got to sit down for an hour and just concentrate on that. You can't get involved.
That's fine.
Right, so you're going straight to the Golden Goblet.
Yeah, Bruce.
Yeah, I think Nameless is the only one going back and getting us all ready.
Well, I can help with the beginning, and then.
Yeah.
But in the operation, I won't be involved because I will be helping with getting everything set and the carriage prepared.
That's fair enough.
So I will be sitting out whatever happens.
Right. You make your way right the way across the bridge and enter Seawain City for the first time. I do have a description for this somewhere.
Wait, is this beyond the university?
Yes.
Oh. Did we fight in the Colosseum up there, or?
No, you actually fought in a
the
section.
Hippodrome.
Yeah, a sectioned off part of that.
Hmm.
The big tournament
that's
in
an
the summer
amphitheater.
is going to be up there.
Oh. Okay.
Ah, screw it, I can't find it, I'll make it up. Right, so, as you...
We're doing it live!
We're doing it live, yeah. Right, so you... As you go past the university, you notice that the buildings are getting more and more opulent. They're going from, like, simple stone-built buildings and, like, that Tudor style with the, you know, the plaster and wood frame at the top to being made out of very well-dressed stone. Some of them have been rendered and have been painted on the outside. They're very colourful. The glass in the windows is of a higher quality. Instead of being, like, really thick and distorting what's on the other side of it, it's the thin panes that are very clear. You enter the actual main city, and you notice that everybody around you is dressed in, or most people are dressed in very fine clothes. There are a few that are dressed sort of like more in the poorer end of the spectrum. Even though this part of the city is the wealthiest part, you get the distinct impression that it does have its poor district. You do notice going to and from some of the shops that are like bakeries and stuff like that, general goods stores. There are a lot of people all dressed in grey tunics. Very simple grey tunics. After maybe about 10 or 15 minutes of walking around, I'm not going to make you roleplay anything here because there's no point. You can ask around some of the locals that are walking about, and they direct you in the direction of the Golden Goblet Tavern. And you find it's sort of in this area. It's a transitional area between like the most expensive housing on this side and the poorer housing and district on this side. There's like this transition where it's kind of like middle class. And there's a tavern in there. The outside of the tavern is very well kept. There's planters and things outside. The door is been freshly polished. It's like got like a high polish on it, like you know, trying to think of what it is. I can't. I used to be a decorator, I should know that, but
A lacquer.
a lacquer, yeah. All the windows are well kept. All the sills on the windows have been freshly painted, or look like being freshly painted. There's no signs that this tavern has ever seen a bar brawl. As you walk in,
Hold my beer.
all the floors are really clean and polished. It's not like the lower end. It's a couple of you spent time in taverns in Dunhay where they've got like literal reeds on the floor, you know, and it's a stone floor with reeds on to keep it smelling fresh and absorb any spillages and stuff. This is a polished oak floor. All the furniture in here is like really high end, and at the end of the room there's a really long bar. Even the wait staff in this place are dressed in what you would consider to be fine clothes. As you walk through the door, those of you that are wearing weapons, visibly wearing weapons, kind of get a bit of a look, but nothing more. You're not challenged, but you get the distinct impression that it's not something it's not something that's normally seen in this place. People open carrying.
Well, Callista's not fully open because she still has her cloak on, and the sword is like underneath the cloak.
It'd still be sticking out. It's a long sword.
Oh yeah, it would be, but yeah.
No, Nameless is not hiding. Nameless is not hiding his sword. I would think it'd be very obvious to these people that he's a knight, so obviously he would be carrying.
Excuse me.
Most of the people that are sat in here, there are a few people. They're all just either sitting quietly in corners and talking amongst themselves, having food. There's no sort of like guards on the door or anything like that. What do you want to do?
Let's get around in.
Yeah, find the table.
You don't just drink at these bars, at these places.
If we get a drink and some food, can I suggest we maybe like split off into 2 groups? Like cover more ground, I guess, if we're gonna try and listen in.
Upper and lower class. Well, Dubar and I are dressed as working folk, so I don't know who
You can go with. Well, if Callista, myself, and Rory stick in one group, Dubar, Nameless, Lilith needs to tune to the hat, so she can go with that second group, and Maeve, and we can split off into 4 and 3, and try and go for like opposite sides of the bar.
We could even... That is a good idea, and we should do that. But we could even maybe park Lilith at, like, a table where we could all just, like, go, oh, hi, I didn't know you were here! Sort of, you know, chance meet our friends so it doesn't look like, you know, we're gonna
Everybody's seen you walk in as a group.
Yeah.
So, that'd be a bit weird, but...
Yeah, let's pretend to, you know, we're just gonna get our drinks. We'll just, like, do a little wander around, like we're looking for a table.
Right, so as you enter the bar proper, and you start looking around for a table, the barmaid sort of, like, looks over at Maeve and Dubar, and says, excuse me, you're supposed to use the tradesman's entrance round back.
I'm sure Dubar would apologise.
There's a raptor outside.
Fucking see.
Yeah, Dubar probably would apologise.
Yeah.
But he's not here. So instead he rages and starts smashing the place up.
No!
No!
Oh dear.
Let's not.
First time to Bridge City. We'll go around.
It's totally understandable. But and she points to a door at the side of the bar. There's Instead of going back through the main room, just go through there.
Wow.
So you open the door, and on the other side, as the door's open, the rest of you hear like there's a lot of noise coming from the other side. And door's shut behind you. The noise cuts off.
Wait, am I being kicked back there too?
Whoever's with just Maeve and Dubar, but if you want to follow, you can do.
I'll smile and wave at Venera.
Like, bye!
Because Maeve and Dubar are dressed like workers, like dock workers. So they don't want them in the main room.
I mean, it probably would be a good idea to have ears in the other room, too.
Yeah.
Because, you know, workers have their gripes. They're going there after work to decompress.
Yeah.
Yep.
And complain about their coworkers.
And that way we've got more of an idea of the layout of the building as well.
Yeah.
No, I think we're just after information at the moment, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so those of you that are staying in the main room, as the door's shut behind Maeve and Dubar, the noise just totally cuts off. It's like it's magically dampened. On the other side, Maeve, you walk into what can only be described as like a working man's club. Everybody who's not on duty
British.
down at the docks right now are in here having a bit of a party.
Oh no.
There is another bar in here, and even the bar staff are dressed down. It's still high quality clothing, but it's not like not as opulent as the ones on the other side. So it's plain, but you can tell just by looking at it that the material's a lot better. In this bar there are several dwarves, humans, one or two elves. There's a group of dwarves in the corner having a drinking game, or some sort of drinking game, trying to drink each other under the table.
Oh dear.
Music or no music?
Let me roll for music.
Roll for sandwich.
Music, yes. So there's a group of folk musicians in the corner with like a lute and a little set of panpipes, a flute, and one with a little drum that he's banging away. There are a couple of people like up and dancing to it, a bit of a jig. In contrast, on the other side, it's nice and quiet, and people are sitting down and having eating the meals and drinking fine wine, and you don't see anybody with like big tankards of ale or anything like that in this side. There are quiet conversations going on though.
Shall we get some wine and cheese and try and eavesdrop on some people?
Sure.
Okay, so the guys, which side is Nameless staying on? Just out of curiosity.
I think Dubar can handle himself and Maeve on the other side, so I will stay on the higher class side, because
You were kicked out.
I'm not going to give
You want
reasons.
in on the
'cause
wine and cheese.
that will give away things about Nameless.
So, you guys, you all find you getting one. There are tables that are big enough to take all of you as a group, or you can have separate tables. It's up to you.
I think now we've lost two of us, it probably makes sense to stick together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, table for 5.
The Dubar is like 3 of us, so I think they're
Yeah,
okay
that's
over
true.
there.
So you find a table for 5 that is not too obvious that you're going to be listening into people, but it's kind of almost central to the room. So if you really sort of tried, you could probably listen into anybody's conversation. Those of you that want food and drink, you can deduct 2 gold from your inventory. This is extremely expensive.
I won't.
I will.
I will partake. It would be impolite to sit and not do anything. But I will be polite and buy Lilith at least a little something to eat while she's sitting there staring at the hat.
Like, yay.
So I'm not gonna buy her like alcohol, but like food at least.
Let's say a bit. Let's say if you want to buy her something a little simple, 5 silver for that.
Chips.
But it's one of those
6.
places where everything is expensive.
Right.
It's really expensive.
Very expensive. This is like,
I am.
Too rich
I
for
can't
my
use
blood.
that term, but I have money currently, so I will help Lilith because the hat is too important right now.
well, the 2 gold will get you whatever you want, food wise. This is for everybody else. Food wise and drink wise, for the time that you're there. You notice that these people, some of them, in this side, are very obviously nobility. They are dressed in a way that makes it obvious. I'm quickly just going to go over to the side where Maeve and Dubar is. Dubar's obviously not there, so he's just going to start getting. He's going to have a few drinks. What's Maeve doing?
Maeve's gonna sort of like join in
Right.
and try and be part of the rabble.
Right.
Oh dear.
So on your side, if you're getting drinks, depending on how many you're going to drink, are you going to drink enough to blend in?
I'm gonna at least buy 1 to start off with.
Right. Okay. On your side, that's 2 copper for a drink, and it's ale.
Okay.
Same bar caters to 2 completely different sets of people.
Oh,
I
And
now
that's
have
it.
no more copper.
But you can make change if you want.
Fair enough.
This is a high-end establishment. They've probably got a lot of change. And I'll put an IOU in for Dubar where he owes, like, say 100 gold for this.
I mean, to attract dwarves, they have to have dwarven ale. Or at least something strong. But I don't know that there's dwarves there, so never mind.
Nope, then dwarves don't just drink dwarven ale, they can drink anything.
No, they don't. They drink
Just
a
in
lot
more
of different
copious
things.
amounts.
Mm-hmm.
It means that they
Is
can
it
have,
alcohol? They drink it.
like... Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's regular ale, it just means they can drink more. And they like that.
True.
Yes.
Yes.
Right, so Maeve and Dubai, you start mingling on that side. Right, okay. Quickly nipping back to the nicer side of the bar. You guys are listening for things?
Mhm.
Is that the plan?
Pretty much.
Right.
Yeah.
So everybody make a perception check.
Nine.
I'm hero pointing that because that's a nat 1, which is embarrassing for a
Oh,
ranger to
no.
take a nat 1.
Hang on.
That's better, 15.
I got 10 total.
14.
9.
He's bright light. Let me turn the brightness on. Oh, that's as high as it goes. Damn it. Let's do white light.
What's Rory got?
Oh, I said 11.
11.
Yeah.
Right, okay. So over the course of, let's say, 30 minutes, is enough time to have a meal, and you have a bit of a drink. So you hear several conversations going backwards and forwards. Hear a bit of a two nobles gossiping about another lord who has been caught having an affair with
Drama.
Oh, how scandalous!
I love it.
been having an
Hello,
affair with one of the servants by a, you know,
Oh.
it's pretty bad.
Wait, boy or girl?
It's okay. It's described as a maid, and it's a lord, so probably a girl.
Oh, how scandalous! It was going to be the same reaction either way.
You hear somebody discussing the recent disturbances in the area. There's not a lot of detail, but they when they reported it to the city guard, they said that they would be on it and they would sort it out, and they never did. You know, it carries on nightly, and it seems to be coming from the lower class end of Seawayn. They seem to think those those ruffians who, even the poorest people in this side would be considered upper middle class anywhere else. Just
I was going to say the upper middle class getting uppity with the elites.
Yeah, so it's like, you know, those poor people that in the impoverished area.
The ones who run the Fortune 500 companies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there seems to be some sort of trouble going on, or there's some disturbance. There's a lot of noise in the night, and they can't enjoy their wine when they go out to the local wine bars because of all the noise. They have to sit inside, and they want to sit on the terrace.
Oh, of course. They need to be seen.
Yes.
Terrible people.
But you don't get any sort of like overt mentions of anything that you've heard about from Garvin. On the flip side, Maeve, right? You spend the same 30 minutes having a drink, only a drink. Roll to see if you have another drink. Because Maeve's Maeve.
Roll for alcohol.
2. Maeve has another drink. I would like Maeve. How is Maeve going about investigating it on this side?
She's gonna be, so the first half an hour was supposed to be there for like fitting in to the group.
Yeah.
And then afterwards she was gonna like sit down and have a listen to or see what people around her are talking about.
Right, but she's not been over asking any questions or anything like that.
No.
Right.
Have you met Ted?
Right, so Maeve can give me a perception check, please.
Have you met Ted?
I'm going to use my 7 instead of my 3. Investigation.
No, perception.
Perception. So 7 plus 4, so that's 11.
11. Okay,
That's my points gone for the day.
You get the distinct impression that on this side of the bar, there's a lot more interesting conversation. There's a lot of gambling going on as well. Like there's card games, there's dice games. The dwarves are gambling on which one of them's going to pass out first. There's a large stack of coin in the middle of the table.
That checks.
But with that roll, you don't really find much out.
I think Dubar would probably be going over to the dwarves then.
I've already rolled something for Dubar, because Dubar's got something that you guys don't.
Okay, that's fine.
I can't reveal what it is.
That's fine. I'm not asking you to.
But he does go and join a group of people in one corner of the bar. Not the dwarves. Group of humans. And he comes back to Maeve with another drink after you've done your little thing. So, like, whatever, 30 minutes you've been listening or trying to fit in with everybody. And he says he said he's got a bit of information. that he needs to share with everybody. But he doesn't want to do it here.
Hang on. One sec. Because I know whereabouts everybody is, don't I? Because obviously I've seen them come into the place. Right, does it seem like it would be out of place to do any sort of magic here?
I don't. With your initial impressions, you get the idea that as long as it's not like destructive or anything like that, you don't think anybody would give a shit.
Right. Okay.
Most people are really drunk anyway. The only people that might have issue would be the bar staff, but you don't really know until you try it.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna point past the door into where I believe everybody is. And just, I don't know who I'm going to specifically point at, I'm just pointing at where I believe everybody's sat down. And I'll try to get Venera just saying, hey, Dubar's got something.
Right, roll a D100 for me, please.
Yeah.
There's a reason for this.
That's fine.
Because you didn't actually see where they sat down.
That's fine. I guess that.
Yeah.
That's why I was quite... 45.
45. Right, so you say that you guys on the other side, you're sitting there listening carefully, and as you're being very quiet and you're eating and you're drinking, suddenly 2 tables over, a well-dressed man stands up and he goes, "Who in God's name is Dubar?"
Oh no!
Oh no.
What is this?
Oh no.
That's you, you're not Venera.
Who's speaking? He's like looking around very confused.
Nails just kind of lowers his head a little bit, and then just it becomes hyper focused on his plate.
Kelly just kind of goes, "I think we're needed in the other section."
At this
I
point,
think we probably want to give it a minute.
one of the bar staff walk over to this this nobly dressed gentleman. I will say Venera, give me a perception check with them elven ears.
What is with my range in this today? 9.
9. Okay. You don't catch the full conversation, but you hear words that sort of like, "I think you've had too much."
7.
The wormwood in that is quite potent. You also catch.
Ooh, absinthe.
And
Real
then
absinthe.
you can sort of see that this member of staff is calming this guy down. And they walk away and they come back again with like a plate of bread.
Oh dear.
It's like a small loaf, but it's one of the really expensive ones, which are all nice and soft and not crusty or burnt. And you get the impression that they think that this guy is really too drunk and they're giving him something to soak it up with.
Kelly would kind of go, just, reading off the supposedly drunk guy going, "Dubar." She would just kind of go like, "How about I go into the other bar to see what's going on?"
Shall we get Nameless to pop through and tell them to meet us outside, kind of thing? But leave it a few minutes so it doesn't look like we totally know who Dubar is.
Possibly.
Yeah, since I will have to leave anyway, it might be best if I slipped around.
Okay.
So, yeah, Nameless will stand up and give his apologies. He has other things to do.
He's gotta poop.
He takes one last piece of the very fine cheese that's on his plate and then shoves it through the hole in his mask because he's not going to waste it after all that money. And makes his way out, and casually makes his way around the building to the other side.
You gotta see a man about a horse.
Exactly, and comes through the door.
Right, you come through the tradesman's entrance at the back. Doesn't take you long to spot Dubar. He's like the biggest dude in this place, and you see next to him.
Maybe the gingerest thing in the
you see next to him this poof of ginger hair, and this really short woman in comparison.
A midget.
She looks like a midget next to Dubar, absolutely. But there again, most people do. So, you spot him, and you can walk over quite easily.
He walks over and looks at Maeve and just says, "Don't do that anymore." And then looks up at Dubar. What have you found?
He says, I can't do an Arnold Schwarzenegger impression. He's like, best not speak in here, kind of thing.
Nameless nods, and he just kind of gives Dubar a look like, "I'll be outside" type thing, and he just wanders back out.
Has Lilith had enough time to attune now, or is she still only about half an hour in?
I think it's only about a half hour more.
Actually, it's gone on a little longer, because you had half an hour, then what Maeve did was half hour, but then to fit in. It was the same half hour, but then Maeve's and Dubar's bit went on a little bit, and then there's been a bit of back and forth, so I would say you can be fully tuned now.
Woo!
So we'll make it 1:15 or 13:15. So as Nameless walks out, Dubar turns to Maeve and basically gestures with his head to the door. And how wistful is Maeve right now?
To what, 1-2 drink? Should be okay.
Right, so she didn't decide to go on another bender just because people
Well,
are
to be
having fun.
fair, she didn't decide to go on a bender last time.
Yes, she did. She went, "I'm going to go out drinking with the boys."
Yeah, that's different. You decided she was going on a bender.
No, that was your concept.
Nice.
Yeah, the dice
Exactly.
decided that. And they were your dice, so not me. So you make your way out. You follow Nameless out. The rest of you...
We'll head out as soon as Lilith is attuned, I think, if everyone's happy with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're all sitting together, so naturally, if we all leave together, it just looks like, oh, lunch has concluded. We're just leaving.
The Nameless is going to stand, more off to the side, arms folded and just doing what he does and just standing there and watching everything.
Right, so as the rest of the party join, Dubar motions that you should let's walk away from this place. He takes some twisty-turny routes through some streets. In no particular direction, just trying to put space.
Ambling.
Trying to put space between you guys and that bar, and making it look like you're not just walking away in a straight line. When he thinks that you're sufficiently far away, he explains that he met somebody in there that he's spoken to before. And they gave him a name. They said that there's a guy named Nigel Thorne who is...
Farage.
No, not Farage, Thorne. And he is the assistant to Grimholt, the dock supervisor on Pier 18. And Nigel has been known to take bribes for information.
Ooh.
Let's go bribe some people.
How much is in our community pot?
That's a good
Let me
question.
see. Let me
Yeah,
see.
but
Quite a little bit.
Yeah, you guys are getting rich.
We have 1 platinum piece, 317 gold, 252 silver, and 24 copper.
Nice.
We're doing okay.
Yeah.
No, you're not going
According
to
to the books.
Yeah, you're not going to go without, you're not going to be starving or homeless or out like that with that amount of money.
Actually, with that amount of money, just as an aside, I would like to request some of it for provisions.
yeah, fair enough.
Options for us whilst we're out and about.
Okay.
Food, rope.
Do you want to... let me check how much provision I've got, actually. Because I've got quite a lot.
Healing potions,
Yeah, we need healing potions, but they're
I was
expensive.
going to say, should I splurge and buy a few healing potions while I'm at it?
Maybe.
Let's find out how much this whole bribery thing might be.
Mm-hmm.
I have
Yeah,
30 days of
I've-
rations.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, food's
the
not going
month's
to be an
been
issue.
hoarding.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
food.
can
I
always
don't think
hunt.
food will be an issue
Yeah.
for your trip, but yeah, if you're looking at supplies, you're looking at potions and stuff like that, which you might need.
Let's figure out the bribery first, and then we'll see what we've got left.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bye. Right, shall we head to the docks then and see if we can track down Nigel?
And I was also gonna say, don't forget that the dockmaster is a dwarf, and you guys do have an inn with somebody in this party who can speak Dwarven,
Is that you?
understands dwarves, has grown up with them.
We're shoving you right to the front.
Yep.
Is Nigel
there's
a
that.
dwarf or is he a
Uh-oh.
human?
But also, don't forget that the dockmaster is
I would
listed as
imagine
one
it's
of the
human.
higher ups in this organisation.
Yes, there's that too.
Relevant point from Rebecca. Is Nigel a human or dwarf or other?
You think from the name, he's probably human with a name like Nigel Thorne.
Yeah. Nigel Thornberry.
Thornberry.
So you make your way. Are you going to the docks now?
Yeah.
Right. So you make your way
Tanya.
to this area, where, if you remember how you got onto the bridge in the first place from the docks, there are elevators and there's a set of steps that go down in a zigzag down the side of the bridge. So
Does Maeve slide down the banister all the way down?
there's a banister.
The handrail, whatever. I'm being
The wall.
Yeah, pretty much. So you've got choices. You can either go down the steps or you can wait for the elevator to come up. It is a cargo elevator, but there is somebody at the top that is actually helping direct, and there's somebody at the bottom. The elevator will cost you a copper a piece if you want to ride the elevator. It's entirely up to you. The elevator will take you about 2 minutes to descend. The steps will take you about 20.
It takes 3 strips of latinum.
It does. You've got to put it in the slot.
Well, I think we need to know as much about this area as possible, so Dubar can walk, because he probably wants to take the stairs, and then some of us need to take the elevator, I think.
Dubar always takes the stairs.
Mhm.
He never
Yeah.
skips leg day.
Exactly.
All right.
So 2 copper for the elevator, was it?
No, 1 copper a piece for the elevator.
Yeah, I'll be lazy and I'll take the elevator.
Kelly's
The
gonna take the
elevator.
stairs.
Well,
the elevator.
okay, those of you that are taking the elevator, you wait. You have to wait for it coming back up. Dubar obviously sets off straight away going downstairs. He knows it's going to take a while, so He's like, waves.
I'm gonna take stairs.
I'll be
Dubar
back.
resets his Fitbit and goes down the stairs.
You wait a couple of minutes for the elevator to come up. You pay your fare to the guy at the top. You get on, and it just goes straight down. Normally, like the time when you arrived in the city, you got on the elevator and it had to stop at levels and it was dropping cargo off as it was going up. But this is empty, so it's just going straight back down. So after about 20 seconds of you descending, you pass Dubar on the stairs. He's still coming down, and Callista behind him.
Yep.
You arrive after a minute or so on the actual the dock itself. You see that it's a bustling place. It's full of activity. There's no ship actually at Pier 18 right now, but it's still organising cargo. There are a number of warehouses just like along the dock at the back here, along the cliff face. And there's also a tavern on the dock. And it is called, when I find it, the Salted Siren. There are a number of dock workers, and there is, in the back, a guy shouting about... so there's a guy in the back shouting, and he is a dwarf, and he's wearing armour, like chainmail, quite openly. I'll show you guys a picture. He's got a thick dwarven accent, and he does shout over at a guy that he calls Nigel, and this human who's quite, he's fit, he's built, not muscly, but he's very fit. You know, he's built for lifting and shifting rather than fighting. And he comes over, there's some sort of discussion as you are observing. Nigel runs off to another part of the dock where he starts ordering people about. That guy, the dwarf, you see, after a few more minutes of him ordering people about, he enters one of the warehouses, closes the door behind him.
I make friends with Nigel?
Is that the consensus? Yeah. Okay. So you can make your way over to where he is, and right now he's kind of on his own, and he's got like what can only be described as a clipboard with some parchment on it, and he's got one of those fancy never-ending quills that some of you bought from a magic shop, and he's like ticking things off and checking things on some sort of list that he's got as people run about. As you
He's
approach,
like Santa Claus.
yeah. He's making a list, checking it twice. He's gonna find out who's gonna get stabbed tonight. He's as you approach, he hears you approaching above all the hustle and bustle, and he looks around and sees a group of you. All right, what can I do for you? Well, if you're going to be silent, I'm just going to go back to bloody work.
Well, this is the dwarf, right?
No, this is
No,
Nigel.
this is his assistant that we want to bribe.
Oh.
We've got Dubar and Maeve with us, right? We could say that one of our parties looking to inquire about work on the docks.
Yeah, I'd say that they made it down by this point, because you've spent a few minutes observing what's going on.
Yeah.
So you want work, is it?
Yes,
Just for
please.
you, and he looks at Duban and Maeve.
Just the big one.
Just for him? He looks at you the way you're dressed, and he's kind of like... got an incredulous look on his face, like, what are you gonna do on this dock, this little weedy girl? Because you are dressed like a dockhand.
Yeah, no.
He looks up at Duba and goes, "Oh, I'm not gonna roleplay with myself." He's,
Be funny.
he looks impressed and goes, "Oh, asks him what kind of work he can do." Dubar basically says to him, anything that lifting, shifting, I can carry heavy things, blah blah blah. Is that right?
Could we
I'm sorry.
perhaps discuss terms in private?
Are you his employment
He's
agent?
handler.
His handler. He's got a handler.
Supervisor.
Hang on a minute. And he looks closely at Duba. I saw you fight.
Yeah, he needs a good team of ladies just to keep him in check.
Yeah, I'm his agent.
I'm his cut man.
I fought with him.
You did? I don't recognize you.
Is he talking to me?
Yeah, you were wearing a helmet though last time you saw you fight. So it's
I was the one who lost against the dwarf.
Oh, that was a good fight actually. I won a bit of money on that. Well done.
Mm.
You're telling him well done for losing?
Yeah, I won 200 gold.
200 gold, eh?
That's not bad.
Yeah, it kind of makes up for a bit of the losses I made about betting against that big guy there with you.
Ah, so you're in need of money?
Well, aren't we all?
Indeed.
You're in need of
A lot of
someone
money.
to help out on the dock. I'm assuming at a reasonable rate.
He kind of like he looks at you all, and you can kind of see that he's putting two and two together and probably coming up with four here. It's like, you lot aren't quite experienced at this, are you?
Experienced with what?
Why don't we go and find somewhere a little bit more private? And he starts walking towards the Salted Siren. Like, it's only a little dockside tavern. I'm assuming you're gonna follow him in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you go in. There's a small main room, can house maybe about 15, 20 people maximum. And then he walks past the bar and there's like a little door at the side, and he walks in. You follow him in, and there's a small private room, which you all just about squeeze into. There is a table in there, but it's not meant for so many, because there's 8 of you.
The nameless will just stand in the back with his hand resting on the hilt of his sword, not like menacingly, just resting on it.
Okay. Whoever's the last one in, he looks over and says, "You wouldn't mind just getting the door? I can't get to it with all you in the way."
I will. Little one will get it.
So, okay, door closed. He goes, right. It's kind of obvious that you're looking for some sort of is it information or a little bit of those special herbs that come in from across the sea.
Yes.
You call it information.
What are the special herbs?
No. The answer is yes.
Well, which is it? Both?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. Well, the information obviously has a price, doesn't it? Depends what you want. The herbs, well, I can do you like a small pouch full for like 10 gold.
Need to know what the herbs are.
Well, it's that sort of stuff you put in your pipe, and you smoke it, and it makes everything better.
Old Tony.
That's
Old Tony.
I can't say I've ever heard it called that, but
Old Tony's short bottom.
Okay, that's expensive for stuff that you just smoke.
it's you don't you smoke it, but you can eat it too. I've seen that.
Even then.
I've
Even
seen the
then.
cat.
Brownies.
I've seen the cat folk smoking it.
Yeah, they do it. Yeah, it makes them all less violent. I think
more
it's
playful.
more. Yes, that's it. More playful, and you can sometimes you can hear colours and see sounds. It's quite amazing.
Oh, I don't want those.
Ubar's had some experience with those kinds of things.
Yeah, I don't want those.
We don't care to lick windows.
No.
Oh, fair enough. I thought that's what you was here for, but obviously
I'm more interested in the information, yeah.
yes, the bald chap there seems to be quite taken with getting some information. What sort of information are you looking for?
Looking for information about shipments.
Well, yes. Well, there's plenty of shipments come in, but it depends on whose shipment you might be looking at.
It's coming in on the It's coming in on the
Widow's Well.
Widow's Whale tonight.
He freezes as he said that, and he sort of like panic looks around, and then sort of speaks in a hush. Don't you? That's quite a bit of expensive information. That is. It's
How expensive?
well, if you knew who it belonged to, then it's kind of like if they find out that I've been selling information about that, I might actually wake up dead in the morning. You know, it's you have to make it worth me while.
How much?
Say 200.
What?
Naylor
happy with
snorts.
that, body
This
fun.
is a waste of time. This is a con artist.
We've got it in the coffers.
No, it's
How
my
much do
bloody
we have
life
in
on
the
line.
coffers?
I'm not gonna just hand over information about one of the most dangerous people in the area, and it's for coppers. We can negotiate.
Out of game, how much do we have in the coffers?
317 gold and 1 platinum, was it? Something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
One platinum's worth, what, 100 gold or something like that?
10.
I want to try and persuade him. Or
Haggle him down.
deceive, actually.
Haggle him down.
My deception.
Use your cuteness.
My deception's better. So, yeah, I'm going to actually try and persuade this guy that we are actually wanting the information, but we're going to try and make it look like we're on their side, and we just want to double check that the shipment is coming in, and to basically give us the information about what is in it, if that makes sense.
I don't know how we could do that.
Well, my deception, I'm going to deceive them to say that
You're gonna have to talk before you can even roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to justify why we would want that information, plausibly. I think.
Yeah, bearing in mind the situation, you've kind of been brought into it because he knows that you're after information. Raw is confirmed that you're trying to buy information.
Yeah.
And
Try and haggle him down.
Okay.
yeah, you could do that.
Just lie about how much gold we got.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Straightforward, like I can do 150 at a push or something like that. I don't know.
Or you could try and convince them that we'll make it look like that it was stolen by another group.
Yeah. Actually, I think that one might be better.
That would actually be admitting what you're trying to do.
Yeah,
Shut up.
don't give him the game away.
No. I want.
Why don't we just go the route of we'll give you the 200, but you tell us fucking everything? Like, hardline it that way.
How are we going to guarantee his silence, though?
Why
Dubar
does he need
looks
to
at
be
you.
silent?
It's like,
Yeah.
you want me to guarantee his silence?
Then you'll need a priest to talk to him.
Yeah.
Yes, YouTube, I am struggling to stay awake.
Okay, right. I think you've made it quite clear that obviously this is very important cargo and it's incredibly, important. I want to know why it's important. Once we know that, then we can haggle on a better price for both of us. And then we can have more information. So start off with a bit of information and then we negotiate.
I see. I see what you're after. You don't think I know anything, do you? It's
No, I don't. I think you're just pretending to be the big man. And you're not. You know fuck all.
This is a child, I remind you, that is acting like a Wall Street broker.
It can work!
Child.
Come on!
She's a very angry little person.
right. Well,
Yes!
I tell you what. Then I'll give you this for free, and then you decide whether I know something more about what you want. I'll tell. My boss there is Grimald. Yeah, he's
Oh, we
that
know
dwarf
that.
who's been shouting about a while. He works
Yeah, we
for
know that.
he works for this organisation. You see, it's called Crimson Chain, and it's
Yeah.
their shipment that's coming in, and they use this ship
Uh-huh.
called Widow's Whale, and
Mhm.
it comes in once a month, and it brings stuff in from across sea. I don't know what particular is on this shipment, but normally it's stuff like treasure, stolen items and like from other kingdoms. But this one, I can tell you, it is a bit unusual because they've got slipping into fucking Scouse.
Over the
Because-
Scouse.
Because they've got quite a lot of guards that are being posted tonight. They don't normally
So-
do that.
So
Now
what are
I
you
could tell
expecting him?
you where that shipment's gonna go, and I could also, if it's worth your while, I could tell you how to get into the place where it's going.
Can I just put it out there? If he's putting all that out there for free, I think he knows what we need to know. Just saying.
Well, like I say, if you want to know that, then it's gonna cost you 200 gold.
Oh, I think you can do better than that.
Well, you see, it's me that's gonna get killed if they find out I'm selling information, especially about this.
And how are they going to know that it's from you?
Well, they got bloody eyes and ears everywhere, aren't they?
Haven't with us.
Well, I don't know you from Adam. First time you turn up on my dock and you've come here asking me for information, like, you know me.
Yeah. Because we do. Oh, I am so.
I'm sorry, I have this picture of this childlike person using this really seductive, but sinister tone at the same time as this is going on.
Right.
Anybody else can chime in and help Lilith.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I'll just leave it to her, but you can make
Oh, I'm
No, I don't
What
want
do
to
you want?
alienate him.
make an intimidation check. You're kind of sounding threatening at the moment.
Okay. Fine. Eating. It's all good. So intimidation. I have got 19 total.
What the fuck? Can I help add to that, like the intimidation?
It's a bit late. She's already rolled it, but I mean, fucking 19 to 19.
Wow.
So he goes. Okay. All right. There's no need to be getting like a bit threatening and stuff. I mean, all prices can be negotiated a little bit, but I mean, this is top tier information.
Understandable. It's very understandable. But at the same time, you've gone in hardball, and I don't like that price. And while we may have money to pay, no. Do better.
Can Nameless try his hand now too?
If we push too hard, he might go walking back to his boss and telling them.
Let the Nameless have a go.
We've got it. We've got it. We've got it. We got it.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
We can do this. We can do this. Yeah. So.
Just trying. Come.
All good. Thank you. So, gonna see if we can get lower.
Right. Nameless wanted to have a help. What was your idea?
I rolled 5. Don't worry about it. Nobody's gonna notice what the hell he did in the background.
Right. Well, look, maybe I could go.
150?
No, that's a bit low. That for this information. Come on. I mean, I've got to make some sort of money on it, and it is me risking my hide. Let's say 185.
You can't do anything with 150 gold.
Apparently.
I've got debts.
What kind of life do you live?
An expensive one.
How about...
A stupid one.
How about we do 175 and you give us a bit more information for free? Additional.
Well,
as in what is expected in this shipment.
Well, I already told you I don't actually know what's in the shipment. I can tell you where it's going to go. That's what you're buying for 185.
Okay.
Dubar needs to do an intimidation check then.
Can we please not alienate our best source of information? Just offer 175 and let's go.
Yeah.
Seriously.
I'm good with that.
Or you don't want Dubar to like jackhammer his face?
No. In no way do I want him to do
part of the
that.
information is part of the request is do this stealthily. Let's beat him up and intimidate him.
Wasn't actually intending to intimidate.
Let's save the bloodlust for when we're searching for Katrina.
Never.
Katria.
Right.
Yeah.
Lilith,
Well,
make a
175.
persuasion check to see if you can get 175.
Okay.
Good. I get a birthday critical, don't I?
Yes, you do.
Oh yeah.
Could I do the persuasion check?
Isn't it?
All right, then fine. Bye. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, go on then. So you're going to use your birthday crit on this persuasion check.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
What's your persuasion? Obviously, it's you've got 20, but what is it in total?
0.
0. All right.
Sorry.
Okay, so he goes. See, you're really pushing it here. I mean, all right, okay, 175, and I'll tell you what I know.
Thanks.
Deal.
All right, remove 175 gold from the party loot.
Lame.
Right. So, keep this to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean this because if it ever comes back on me, I know some dangerous people, right? And he's trying to be a bit intimidating, but it's not coming across.
No.
But he's got to obviously.
It's got to look it.
He's got to look it.
Kelly
right,
rolls her eyes.
the ship
That's
is.
statement.
Everyone thinks Widow's Whale is coming in at midnight. It's not. It's coming in at 10:30.
I knew it.
It's meant to be a secret, but they've got 30 or 40 guards on dock or whatever this shipment is. But I tell you where it's going, and I'm gonna drop the fucking accent or go Scouts or something. I don't know because I can't hold it.
Go Scout!
Go Scouts!
So,
Oh, go
go
Scouts!
Go
Rory-
Scouts, and Rory will go Scouts as well.
we all go Scouts. This is right. Well, what it is, you see, like warehouse number 3 on the dock there, right? They always take shipments in there, but nobody will ever find them if they go in there because it's actually in the back. There's like a door in the wall that nobody can see. Only you need like some sort of special thing to get in there. I don't know what it is. But it opens up anyway, and there's like another warehouse built in the cliff. Now,
Is it like a lantern?
Really?
no, it's kind of like what the sirens on the rocks. I can hear them. They're singing to me.
What the fuck?
Sirens.
Damn. Can't wait
Sirens.
to move out in the country.
I don't know what it is. It's some sort of like magical passkey or something to get in the door. But if you're hell bent on going in there, I know another way in. Because I've got like these. I've got some. Shall we say? I like gambling a bit too much, so sometimes I've got to go and find alternate sources of income. This is one of them. Sometimes I might have to go a little bit farther than that. And I found that if you go out along the cliff from here, you might need a little boat, but you can hire them from a lot of the docks, you know, like a rowing boat or something. And you go out along the cliff, east from this dock, about 200-300 yards. There's a small cave entrance, about 10 feet above the water line. You go in there, and it's like there's a tunnel. And this tunnel, it leads all the way in through the cliff into where their warehouse is. They don't know about it, you see, because it comes out behind a set of stairs that they've had built in there. It goes up to like another level above, and it's a really tight gap. But I think, and he looks at Dubai and goes, he might just be able to squeeze through. They normally like pile crates and stuff around it, but it is really important that if you go and do this, you've got to do. Let me just bring up my map so I can see. You'll find that a tunnel branches off. Don't go down that branch, whatever you do. Honestly, you're better off just staying along the main like tunnel route. It gets narrow in places, and you'll know you're going the right way because it'll open up and there's an underground river, and you got to cross the river. It's not too deep. It can be a bit fast at times, so you might need to be careful. But it's not deep enough to drown you unless it drags you off. Once you cross the river to the other side, you'll find that you follow it around a little bit more and it'll come out into their warehouse.
Thank you.
So you think that's worth 175 gold? I mean, come on. These people are dangerous. Just keep that in mind, yeah?
Will do. Thanks.
Your name will never be mentioned again.
Well, I appreciate that.
I don't even remember his name.
You don't remember my name? It's Nigel Thorne.
You're an idiot.
You know,
Shush.
me wife says that.
You're not an idiot. Maybe with the gambling problem, but you're not an idiot.
Well, hopefully I'll be able to win my money back with this stake.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Probably not,
Nameless
though.
points at it and says, no. Pay your debts. Live right.
You
Or
might
we might be back.
make a persuasion check.
Oh no. Oh, that's a good one.
That's a good one. I'm going to change this guy's life.
Persuasion. Oh, that's a dirty 21.
Nice. He sort of like looks here and he's like, you know, you could be right. I think, yeah, it might be time to like give it all up and start paying this off permanently.
Yes, completely agree.
Like, just a little bit of advice though.
Hmm?
It'll be dark by the time Widow's Whale comes in and they start offloading that cargo. I'd recommend that you hire the boat and get over to that cave before sunset.
Thank you.
It'd be treacherous in the dark.
Is there anything recognizable from a distance that would be the Widow's Whale? What color are the sails? What?
Oh, yeah, she's a very recognisable ship. She looks like a cargo ship, but she really isn't. She's a bit of a privateer. She's got, but her sails are crimson.
Makes
Let's
sense.
be able to. Thank you.
Cool. I lean up and I'm going to be really nice and give a kiss on the cheek, and then we're gonna leave.
How are you going to reach that?
I'm gonna stand on a chair. Cheers.
So like holds his cheek. He's like,
So you, whilst we're having a couple of little bits with him, you just sort of scooch your chair over to him.
Hey, I'm being nice.
see, in the
Say
movie of this, the
yeah.
camera would be like at eye level for everybody else, and you just see the table and this big floppy hat just like scooching the chair across with a body totally
You flop
obscured.
hand in the back of the chair, move over, and then also you see this this what are you, gnome?
Yeah, she's a gnome.
Yeah.
And then just step up on it and then just lean, total like bend back, and peck him on the cheek.
Yep. Pretty much.
Get you some stouts.
And then all you hear in the background is just Nameless just grunt.
God, Maeve's gonna build you some stilts.
No, I don't want stilts.
Should I bring you a box?
I'm happy.
You could
I'm happy with my height. But we're leaving.
Yeah, you could get Doobar to strap some potable steps to his back, just for emergencies.
No.
As you all sort of like file out and leave, you just hear.
Can I?
Go on.
Sorry, I was trying to just say before we leave, out of game, just putting it to the group. Do we want to ask Nigel about? I think Dubai would be too recognizable, but about possibly getting Nameless hired as a dock worker for tonight, so he can possibly get a look at what's coming in. Whether Nigel would be able to swing that. If it's a crap idea, everyone can say so.
Well, Nameless is gonna go get everything prepared. Nameless is gonna be out of your scenario. By choice. Because he's
Kelly
getting
could
the
go do
carriage
it.
prepared for our next adventure. That we have to
But
scoot off to.
Kelly and Duba are both recognizable for very different reasons, whereas Nameless, no one has seen his face. Or, I'm just saying, I know Nameless currently has said he's not going to be there, but if anyone thinks it's a good idea, I'm just putting it out there.
So you're saying switch roles?
I'm saying I mean, sure, if we want to send someone off to prep, that's fine. But Lord Umber seems to have our back in that regard, and it might help if Nigel can swing it to have someone, quote unquote, in the inside on the dock to get a look at that shipment.
Well, it's just we have to gather gear and whatnot, and my character is not this. I mean, I at least finally deleted the stealth with the breastplate, but I'm not the stealthiest.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't need to be stealthy, you just need to work on the dock.
Mm-hmm.
But it is up to you, obviously. I just don't think anyone else could feasibly do it.
Who's actually pretty good with strength? Obviously enough it's going to be Dubar.
Not me.
It'd be probably me next.
Callie as well.
I got a
Yeah.
+3.
Oh, at plus
He's
2.
also quite recognisable.
Yes, I am.
Unless, oof, a bit of a fuck about, but if somebody could either disguise or change the tiefling appearance, Callie could do it. So maybe the hat disguise could have gone with Kelly instead of.
It's only about 2 in the afternoon, right? We've got time to do that.
Yeah, we've got
If
time.
Yeah, we
Kelly's
do
up
have
for it.
time to switch it.
We
And
can.
then Kelly could do like the dock work stuff. Nameless can still go off. That's if
Right.
Kelly wants to do that.
Let me
Yeah.
just point something out that you
Hmm.
might be overcomplicating the plan. Because if you put somebody on the docks to find out what the shipment is, but you're also going into the secret warehouse to find out what the shipment is, why do you need to do both?
Mm-hmm.
Right. We should just do the secret one.
Yeah.
Secret route.
Fine. Like I say, it was just a random thought that popped up. If it's
Mhm.
crap, that's fine.
Because it, like, just potentially, and this is, I don't want you to get bogged down in a lot of planning for something that probably won't pay off in the end. Because even if you've got somebody on the docks, they cannot communicate with you guys if you're somewhere else. So if they find out what it
It
is,
was
they've got
more
to
of-
keep it to themselves.
It was more of a backup if the guys going in fucked up. That was all I was thinking.
The next thing is, are we going to sabotage or are we going to snatch the contraband if we can, or are we just gonna say, right, it's this?
I think that's a decision to make in the moment. I think that's going to depend on probably.
Yeah, I think you're
Yeah, we should probably see what it is first.
Because if they're being this secretive, it's going to be worth something. If it's worth something, it's worth taking.
This sounds like a Tea Party scenario, though.
Anyway, all right. So we'll stick with the original plan, and we'll make that call, assuming we
When we
figure
get
out
there.
what there. When we get there. Yeah.
Right.
Cool,
Okay.
guys.
So I am going to go deal with the transport.
Yes.
Mhm.
Transporting any supplies that you might want to get.
By the way, I don't have anything. Lauren, give me
What?
something to write on.
What?
Give me something to write on and a pen. Or give me something to write on.
Pen paper.
Just,
what,
yeah, I'm working on it.
what we'll
Just give me
do,
paper. I just need paper. Thank you.
what we'll do is we'll sort out the supplies, kind of either in between sessions or before the start of the next one.
Okay.
So if you want to make a list of what you want to do, then I'll sort it out before the start of the next one. Even if your character's not going to be coming along on this trip, I still want you to have some sort of input on what's going on. So you're still a voting party. Don't just sit out and go, "Oh no, I'll leave them to it." Because you might disagree with what sort of course of action they're taking.
Mm-hmm. No, this is before the go time.
This will be when they're in the cave.
Mm.
Because obviously, if you're scooting back and sorting out stuff and splitting up from the rest of the party, there's no point in role-playing you sorting out lots
Doing
of gear.
No. I fully expected to sit out on it.
But there's no point in you sitting there doing nothing, so you can still have some sort of input on what's going on.
Okay.
You know, so I don't mind a bit of metagaming. Well, as long as it doesn't go too far.
Yeah.
Right, is there anything else that you want to do during this day? Before
Not really.
sun sets?
Not really. I am struggling.
I know, I want to try and wrap this up, so that's why I'm asking.
Saying.
I want to get you to a point where it's nice and I can just cut it off. So if there's nothing else you want to do, are you going to hire a boat?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, so hiring a boat is going to cost you like 2 silver. 1 silver you will get back if you bring the boat back undamaged.
So I
We'll
will
try our
cover
hardest.
that.
Also, just to say, can we hire it a little way away from Pier 18? Like, I think the further away, the better.
Absolutely. I mean, you can hire it as far away as you want. Each dock, you can hire something like a large rowboat or something, a skiff. To row out to it.
Okay.
Cool. I've covered the cost of hiring the boat.
Right.
Just so as we're aware.
So let's get the hour moved on. That'll be 14, 15. Spring, 16. So let's call the sun starts setting around about 6:30ish this time of year. It's very, very early spring. So do you want to are you making your way over as sun setting where you've still got a bit of light to find it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you row out there. It takes you a little while to locate where Nigel was indicating, but eventually you do spot this like small cave, and you can even see that on the side of the cliff wall, he's put in like a metal spike to tie a boat to. You can see that he's done this a few times. There is a bit of a climb up to this cave. It's 10 feet above the water level, so it never fully floods. Even at a high tide, it doesn't get high enough to touch it. The climb is not tremendously difficult. It's something that you can all kind of make. So you tie your boat up, you ascend the side of the cliff, and you enter this cave. The cave isn't huge, but you can see in the back, especially those of you with dark vision. I mean, everybody's got a little bit of dark vision, but the elves and tiefling especially. You can see right at the back of this cave that there is an opening, and it looks like there is a dark tunnel that leads off. That's where we'll end the session, right there. So we're right at the cave entrance for the next time. I hope you've all had fun. Been a lot of talky again on this one. And we'll see everybody on YouTube next week. And we'll also be having a game session next week. We're doing 2 in a row this time.
Yay!
So, have fun, play nice, be good, like, subscribe. Bye, Rebecca's mum.
Bye,
Rebecca's mom.
Ta!